I am part of the EA Creator Network. Thanks, EA. Hello everyone. Welcome on in. I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today in The Sims 4 for a little bit of CAS. You don't often see me there, but every now and then I'll pop up with a CAS video for reasons, and I get to show you guys that I can make some Sims. Basically, that's the nuts and bolts of it, really, isn't it? Today, there is a little bit of a story to the Sims that I am creating. So I want you guys to meet George and Mildred Ordinary. And I liked the name and the irony of the name because they are nothing ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about them. They are very intriguing. They've got a little bit of a darkness to them that you wouldn't expect of this lovely couple who look, quite happy and kind, and like the classic elderly neighbors that seem like they would bake cookies for the children in the neighborhood and will go down to the town meetings and volunteer for things. These are the, and you know what, these guys do all that because they're putting on a great show. A great show for the neighborhood. They are hiding a secret, and you probably know that secret already because it says so in the title, and also we've already seen that they're aliens. These guys are aliens, and they're not benevolent aliens either. They have a dark secret. So how George and Mildred came about is that I was building a house for a shell challenge, and the story behind the house is that the house is a movie prop set that is built like a spaceship that you can also live in it. And the couple that live there, which is George and Mildred, they give tours basically most days, and people come through the house and they tour it and they look at all this movie memorabilia and like all this alien kind of stuff, and they look at all that. And George and Mildred are like the co-founders of the We Love Aliens Club or Alien Lovers Club or whatever it is. And, they love aliens. They love all of the alien lore. They love the alien items. They love the way that Sims interpret what aliens are and all of that whole life. They love it. But they do have a secret mission. And that secret mission is that they're there and they're living in society. They're hiding their true selves. As alien lovers. They are alien lovers. And they're hiding their true selves so they can collect data on the Sims around them. So this is kind of the story behind these Sims. So the ulterior motive is that they're actually using their house tours of their secret alien house. So it's actually this fake alien ship, prop ship, is actually a real alien ship that they've converted this fake prop alien ship into a real alien ship. So it's all kind of layers upon layers and upon layers of deceit. So it's actually a real ship, and you can actually go to Sixum on it. Is kind of the idea. And they are, while they're living in Del Sol Valley, because the house was built in Del Sol Valley because it's movie props, and they're collecting all this data that they can use against the Sims in the world around them, for their future world domination. So this is the idea. So the idea was that they would look like a sweet elderly couple who would bake cookies for the neighbors' kids and, be really nice and just basically the perfect elderly couple. Maybe they have, some fun idiosyncrasies and, just the classic sort of sim/human kind of thing. But underneath it all, they are secretly plotting to take over Earth, and they're basically gathering all of the data that they need to be able to undertake this mission for their people to take over the world of the Sims, the worlds of the Sims. So this was a fun cash challenge because it had such a cool little story behind it, and I love that it kind of matched with the build as well. So, these guys would fit in, straight into that house. But you could put them, I think, in any sort of situation where you wanted to have a cute little alien couple. But I gave them like little traits that I felt suited this sort of style of character as well. Like, she's nosy and I think a genius and ambitious. I can't remember what he is, but yeah, I gave them traits that I felt like would kind of match in with what they're what their disguises were, but a little touch of them, their real selves in there as well. So she's definitely got a nose in everybody's business because she wants to know what's going on in the neighborhood. She wants to unlock all the secrets and find out, just what is going on out there and how can I take advantage of it for, my plans to take over the world. Which is a lot of fun. Plus, I got to delve into doing a little bit of work in CAS on elders, which is always a lot of fun. I don't create a lot of elders in the game. Generally, you sort of start a new game with a young adult or a teen, and then you progress through to an elder, just because, obviously for a lifespan thing and gameplay thing, that kind of makes the most sense. And you sort of work your way towards being an elder. So you don't quite often start as much in the game as an elder and then progress because, it's a pretty short lifespan from there. Actually, you know what? That would make a really good gameplay challenge, wouldn't it? Like starting a game as an elder and then having to do things. There's an idea. I'm sure someone's thought of it. But it does mean for a short challenge, right? Because by the time you've sort of built up a little fortune and, done a few skills and stuff, it's time for them to pass on. But, with life and death, obviously you've got the whole soul's journey thing and you can get reborn and, all that sort of thing as well. So death doesn't mean exactly what it used to back in The Sims with life and death and the whole soul's journey thing. So it doesn't sort of, mean that that's the end for your characters. But anyway, I got waylaid there. So I thought I came up with some really cute outfits. Like I felt like Mildred, that's her name. She was like a little bit more fashionable. She was, obviously conscious of the fact of her image and that she wanted to portray like a little bit more of a grandmotherly, kind outlook. So, she's dressed for that purpose. But she does have like a little bit of a sense of fashion. So she does have, I feel like a good amount of coordination. She's not like all over the place and like super frumpy. She does put together quite nicely. And George, I feel like he didn't have quite as much of a fashionable outlook, but he had a decent sort of sense of style about him as well. But again, he just wants to fit in with everybody in the neighborhood around him. So just doing a little bit of work in her alien disguise. I did want to give her, I didn't really do too much with George as far as its alien disguise went, but with her, I felt like I could add in like a little bit more makeup and stuff just to add like to the whole sort of sense of just like maybe the females and the males had a slightly different look to them between the species. But I kept with the alien outfits and kept them bald and took all the little bits and pieces off for when they were in their alien disguises. Kept it pretty simple as far as that went. So I thought that was all that was sort of needed. I did think about earrings and enjoyed that. I thought the story was fun, and I'll leave you guys to check out the outfits. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a like and a comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye.